What's up, Whoopers? Vice here. It's been a little while since I've done a theme deck review. I was asked to take a look at Zamazenta. Funnily enough, though, Zamazenta is not very good. It has 120 HP, which is like kind of low. Guard Press does 30 and reduces damage by 20 on the following turn, which is, it's alright, but it costs 2 energy. And then Power Rush does 120 damage, and then you go flip a coin of Tails during your next turn. This Pokemon can't attack. So, it's not very good. Being able to do 120 and then maybe not being able to attack the following turn kind of sucks. Especially at 120 damage. So, we have to look at the rest of the Pokemon in the deck. And I think the star is this Corviknight. So 170 HP is very high. It's a stage 2 Pokemon, so it does take a little while to get into play. And you want to focus on this attack called Iron Wings, which says you may discard 2 energy from this Pokemon. And if you do, during your opponent's next turn, this Pokemon takes 100 less damage from attacks. So the good thing about this Corviknight is that you could sort of ensure that it's going to stay in play for multiple turns and sort of stave off your opponent's offensive by reducing the damage that they do. You knock them out with Iron Wings over maybe a couple of turns. Now, here's the thing with Iron Wings, though, is having to discard all that energy is quite expensive. So you do have to be planning ahead and being quite deliberate with the way that you use this Pokemon. But Iron Wings can be quite good. And if you over-attach, so for example, let's say you attach 4 energy to the Corviknight, then when you use Iron Wings, you discard 2, and that means on the following turn, you can just attach another one, and then you've got enough for another Iron Wings. And so, the other thing you have to remember is that it says you may discard. So you don't always want to discard the energy, you just want to discard the energy when you expect to receive damage in return. So, supporting it, you've got this Duraludon, which is fantastic, actually, by comparison to the Zamazenta. Metal Sharpener for 1 energy. Attach a metal energy from your discard pile to one of your Pokemon. So there's a few different ways to get energy into the discard pile. Of course, Iron Wings discards energy. You've also got a couple of Professor's Research in the list as well, which is quite good at getting the energy in there. And then moving along, you've got this Ferrothorn, which has an interesting use case in this deck. Energy Slap doles out a fair whack of damage at 100, although it is quite hefty in the cost of using the attack. But Energy Slap reads, you may move all energy from this Pokemon to one of your bench Pokemon. So you get to preserve the energy and keep it in play, which is a bit of a theme with these Sword and Shield decks. The Sword and Shield theme decks, I noticed that they often don't have like energy acceleration like Soaring Storm or Relentless Flames do. Instead, they favor the strategy of bouncing the energy around and giving you a chance to keep it in play, which can be fun, but it is a little bit weaker than their contemporaries. And so the idea is to knock something out with Energy Slap and then predict if your opponent is going to be able to do enough damage back to you. So there's a lot of prediction and a lot of like reading the board and the game state with this deck in order to be successful. Rounding out your attackers, I guess, with this deck is this Bishop. Charge Order does 30 plus 30 more for each of your benched pawn yards. So there's 3 pawn yard in the deck. One of them has to be a Bishop to use Charge Order, so do the math. It maxes out at 90 damage, which is not bad for a 1 energy attack. And then Slicing Blade just does 60 damage, which is not an insignificant amount of damage, but it is sort of on the weaker side. Then you do have Metal Saucer, so I was talking before about how this deck doesn't really have energy acceleration, but you do have Metal Saucer to get the energy from your discard pile and straight onto a bench Pokemon. It can help you maintain your amounts of energy in play, especially after a few Iron Wings. You're probably going to have energy to spare in the discard pile. Then you've also got Potion to help keep to the theme of damage prevention and removal. And then you just got some supporters here. Dan and Hop draws a few cards each. You've got Research here, very good at dumping a hand and drawing a fresh hand of 7. Quite nice when you get your hand down to 1 or 2 cards remaining, or even 0 cards if you can help it, and then drawing a fresh 7, very strong. And then you've got Sonia and Pokekid here, which allow you to search for Pokemon, and in the case of Sonia, it's basic Pokemon or basic energy, one of the two. So I think that the approach with the supporters is try and use your supporters like Sonya and Pokekid before you discard them with research. And then you sort of have to make decisions, right? You need to try and like thin the deck to hit what you want. So sometimes what you want is sometimes what you want is a specific Pokemon, but you only have Sonya in hand. So you need to play the Sonya, reduce the number of cards in your deck by 2, and then play something like Hop or Dan afterwards to try and hit those evolutions. Or, on the other hand, maybe what you're trying to draw into is energy. So in those cases, you want to, let's say, play Pokekid or Great Ball first, reduce your deck by a certain number of cards, and then play cards like Hop, if that's what you have access to, so that there's a higher chance of hitting the energy. So, look, I've got a game or two coming up for you. If you enjoy Theme Deck videos, hit the like. Maybe leave a comment. And, I'll see you in the next live stream or video. So, take care and goodbye for now. See you later. Opening Pawnyard here, normally I would say is bad, but we do have a couple of research in hand at least, so we'll see what happens. Research is a very good way of getting metal energy into the discard pile, so hopefully it helps set up our Duraludon for success. Attach and pass, not very good on their side of things. Let's attach another energy, we could donk them. So research. Alright, unfortunately, we did not hit what we needed there to get the KO straight away. I'm sort of being greedy here. I'm keeping the Pawnyard active. Because I don't really want to miss a turn with Zamazenta, and we may still hit what we're looking for. So, they've got Dragonair in the active spot. Single energy attached. They can only do like 20 damage to us. I don't think that they can get any more. Tawap for 20. So, generally speaking, what I want to do is play the Sonya before I play any of these cards, because like blindly playing Hop won't necessarily get us anything. I want to play around the card that allows us to choose what we get. So I'm going to play the Sonya, and we are going to get Pokemon. I want the Duraludon because we can use Metal Sharpener this turn, and it's got a sturdy amount of HP, right? And then I want to go for Rookie D as well. Yeah. Because we've got the Corvisquire in the hand. So I'm going to go Rookie D. We're going to go Duraludon. And I think this is going to be a game where we need to use Zamazenta as well. It's just like another Pokemon with a decent amount of HP. So we'll go Metal Sharpener. And then attach. And also Power Rush is relevant because of the Thunderous HP as well as the Tornadus. So, do I think Soaring Storm or Charizard is better? I think it's quite close. I think that if the Charizard deck sets up correctly, or it doesn't miss, I think that Charizard always wins. I'm talking about the Relentless Flames one. I'm not talking about the Leon Charizard. Let's go Corvisquire here. Oh, I should have... that resistance is gross, dude. What the heck? Let's do this. Rookie D. It resists us, bro. What? Bruh. Well, we know that we can get Corviknight up and running, so use Metal Sharpener. Thankfully, we do 10 damage. I think that is reasonably significant that we do at least that much. These are the only metal decks theme decks to exist. That is interesting. Yeah, I think that Relentless Flames Charizard is stronger if it gets exactly the cards it needs to set up every game. I think that Soaring Storm is going to do what you want it to do more often. So, you know, take that as you will, I guess. Let's go Hop. Some more guaranteed outcome. There's a Ferrothorn there. So I think I might do it like this. And we get to Metal Sharpener again. And put the energy on the Ferroseed. We do have the Ferrothorn in the back, so I just want to have that be available. The problem with it though is it maxes out at 100. Which is not good. We sort of want to knock these out in one hit if we can. There's 100 HP on the Thundurus, but it does resist. So, you know, unfortunately, it's playing out the way that it is. Hopefully they don't hit Dragonite this turn upcoming. So we're just going to have to go for Corviknight here. Attach an energy. We are going to use Iron Wings, but I'm not going to reduce the damage. Because there's nothing on their board that threatens us at the moment. And so the idea behind attaching more energies than needed is that, let's say you have 4 energy attached to Corviknight, right? And then you discard 2 for Iron Wings. That means it's got 2 energy on it, which means that you only have to attach 1 energy to attack the following turn. So it gives you a couple of turns of using Iron Wings. So that's the idea behind that. Even Peck is a decent amount of damage, 50. Them promoting the Dratini, to me, suggests that they're not ready to attack. So we're in a good spot here. But we do have to play around Dragon Impact. So see how it goes. It does seem unlikely that they don't hit the energy that they need for the following turn because of this double Pidgeotto action, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Ooh, Metal Saucer? Yeah, nice. So we'll Dan first. It's the only draw supporter in our hand, so we'll play it. And I'm going to pick Rock this time. And I'm going to pick Scissors this time. They doubled down on Rock, bro. Alright, Great Ball. I guess I'll take Bishop. And just put it in the hand. I don't want to attack with Ferrothorn because it's just going to get knocked out. So I think we attach an energy here. 170 from Dragon Impact, so... Alright, this is going to be a little bit of a risky turn, just a little bit. Iron Wings. We're going to discard the energies. And then we're going to hope that we get the energy between the prize, the top deck, and the Dan. So we didn't get it there. Hopefully we find it either off the top deck or off the Dan. Be a bit unlucky if we didn't. But those are the odds that we got to play here. Alright, they're going all in on the Dragonite. They're going to settle for 70 damage on the Corviknight, which is not great if that's their plan. They may not realize that we're preventing so much damage, but yeah. See what happens. This Dragonite's also taken 50 damage, so we get the one-hit KO on it. Alright, Sonya is good. That gives us the energy that we need, so we're going to take it. Let's go Sonya. 1, 2. Energy. They don't have a way, really, to attack next turn. So what we can do is... yeah, we'll potion for safety. Right? And then we'll just Iron Wings. So one of the things that we have to be wary of is this and this can hit us for weakness. But outside of that, you know, Corviknight's doing its thing. It's balling. You know? Not too shabby anyhow. Something you have to keep in mind is that Iron Wings damage reduction happens after weakness. So this thing, if it decides to discard all the energy, will KO us. Actually, 280 minus 100 is still 180. So yeah, we still get knocked out, even at full HP. So I gotta decide if I want to keep the Corviknight. I really want to attack with something else. Hey, Kevin. Yeah, it's not going too bad, thank you. So, one of the options could be to Power Rush. I could also take it slowly and Guard Press into Power Rush. That's one line. Or I can go Ferrothorn and go Triple Smash and then Energy Slap. Or just like Energy Slap twice. I could do that too. Alright, let's do this. We're gonna have to retreat. Because I want to keep the Corviknight. Do I remember the Hitmon combo chain? Yeah, I think so. I think I know the one that you're talking about. I think I kind of want Duraludon in play too. But the problem is the more bench spots I take up, the less damage I can put out with Bishop, so... yeah. I think I'm gonna do this. And then we're gonna Dan as well. I should have Danned before I used that. Let's go Paper. I've been really unlucky with Dan tonight. Haven't won a single rock, paper, scissors. Very unlucky. Alright. We just Energy Slap. You have to move all, you can't just choose. So you have to really commit. We know that there's no Dragonite coming down, so all they can do is attach a single energy here. Tornadus is only doing 20 damage to us. This won't do anything, that won't do anything. And none of the other Pokemon on the bench can do anything. This can evolve and do 20 damage to us, but obviously they're not going to do that. So you see a communication, develops the Dratini into a Dragonair, they're working towards another Dragonite. And so I think the end state for us in this game is going to be to have a couple of Corviknights sort of ready to go. So eventually what I want to do is Energy Slap and put all the energy on this Corvisquire. Because it's at full HP. Alright, so you have to think that they are going to get the KO on Ferrothorn next turn. We can Pokekid, but in this spot, like, I'm not under pressure to develop a Pokemon. So what I want to do is hop to see what I draw into, and then keep Pokekid for later. The other line is maybe you Pokekid to thin your deck by one Pokemon, so you've got a better chance of drawing energy, which is not bad either. But I think I'm going to do it this way. One Corviknight is prized. Ah, true. Yeah, true. That's true. So, I'm going to attach to this Corviknight. I don't want to bench any of these Pokemon just yet. We'll evolve that. We can do that. Before we forget. But I don't want to put anything else on the bench just in case they have another Tornadus. Because I don't want to get hit with Thunderous Tornado if I can help it. So always just take your time. Just take your time. Energy Slap. And we'll move all the energy to the Corviknight. See, at least Ferrothorn can attack with Triple Smash. If it has to. So we're okay. Alright, that Corviknight's really evading us at the moment, so... Hopefully we get it off whatever the next prize is. Okay, we don't have to worry about it. That's how you beat Soaring Storm. That game worked out well. I think that was a good one.